In this episode, I'm going to show you how to tie a comp legal olive apse. Okay, so an olive apse. This is a competition legal one, and for it to be competition legal, it can only have one bead. So a bit like the old school commercially tied one, which has 5 beads, we're going to tie something very similar but with 1 bead. So at this point now, you can already see I've got a Frio barbless wet fly hook tied on in a size 10. I've already threaded through the flexi floss and the 1 bead onto the hook. So if you don't know how to do this, it's very simple. You can either use a bobbin threader or you can just take a bit of normal tying wire. So that's what I've done here, and I folded it. And then with that, you can take an olive bead. So the beads I'm using are some hobby craft ones in, I think it's Raquel's green. And then all I'm going to do is really take this wire as thin as possible and then run it through the green bead. Doesn't help that I'm the opposite hands. And then you'll end up with something like this. And then all you need to do is open up this circle up here, so that you end up with something that wide. And then it's a simple case of taking both your strands of flexi floss, run them straight through there, like that, and then take the bead and pull it through. So it will take a little bit of pulling, but eventually you'll end up with something like this. And there you go. And then all there is then, just take the hook, wet it with your fingers, and then slide it through and on, like so. And then you end up with this. Okay, so lengthwise you can see it's quite long, but I like my worms to be fairly long. The flexi floss I'm using is some home dyed emerald green. I think that's the colour you're aiming for, is that kind of emerald green. And then all we're going to do is come in with some thread. So I'm using some Semperfly dark olive for this. Right at the back. Take the flexi floss and the thread you've just tied in all the way down. Cut off the thread. And then when you're happy with the thread, just take another strand of flexi floss, and this will be the body. Catch that in, 2 turns down, and if you're happy, just start to work it back up. Try and keep your turns fairly tight. And then cut it off. Right, the next step is just take some small pearl mylar, catch that in the back, and all we're going to do is create a little throat of pearl. Doesn't have to be much. Tie that off. And then just to finish it off, come back through with the rib. 3, 4, 5, straight through the thorax, 6. Tie that off. And then catch that. And there you go. A simple olive worm that, I'm not going to lie, this has worked everywhere. Every fishery I've gone to, if the fish are chasing worms, this will work. Now just to finish it off, I'm going to take some resin or varnish, either will do. Touch that on the body. And then just take a small needle and work it all the way around. The resin here helps the pearl just punch out a little bit better. Take a gun to it. And there you go. A perfectly formed competition legal olive apps. How to fish this on a slow glass, a fast glass, a floater, under a bung, static, slow, fast, you know the drill, you've seen the video. And that's it, an olive apps that will work all year round. Thanks so much for watching. Now hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.